in the world today, where it's so much technology, science-driven, where there's so many fake news, and in the face of the complexity, the magnitude and the interconnectedness of the problems, when you hear that, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of efforts to actually put the education on the right track. So we need to what is it that we need to learn and do? I think understanding the problems is absolutely critical. I mean, there's so many people that just do not know what is the problems and their nature and their complexity and interconnectedness. And Ron is going to give an example of how scientists can help provide some critical ideas to help people understand those problems. Framing the problem is of course essential, and so finding solution given the complexity. No one is going to do it alone. No one, not a single person, not a single lab, not a single company, not a single country. We have to work, we need to go for radical collaboration on a scale which is unprecedented, because the problems are unprecedented. The sustainability in a way is the fact that humanity is engineering problems faster than abilities to find solutions. So that gap is growing. So we need to find more solutions and more ability to solve. But this is this would feel like a little bit like a positivist or technophilic perspective. But I think one other thing that has been said already in this session, and I think we're going to explore more, is the fact that this will work only if we agree on objectives that are the true purpose of where mankind should be heading. If we don't think and if we don't reflect on why we are doing this and what needs to be achieved, then we won't be going anywhere, because we can have super powerful tools and collective problem solving abilities. If it is to just enrich more the billionaires that already have so much, or if it is to create even more disruption in the food system, this is not going to work. So understanding the problem and is not enough. We need to have, at the same time, we need to have radical collaboration. We also need to have radical empowerment of people and radical ability to increase the awareness and the consciousness of what needs to be done. And this is what we try to capture when we say we need to take care of oneself, others, and the planet. Kim Pullman is insisting on the golden rule, which is that we need to treat others and the planet as we would like to be treated. And I think this is a fantastic. It's the operating system for humanity since inception. Every religions, every ethical framework have that as one way or another. So this is our frame. This is something which can serve as a guideline. And so how education can at the same time serve this perspective that we need to from the beginning take care of oneself, others, and the planet, and create the ability to be able to solve. And so that's collective problem solving, that community of practice, as Victoria was saying. We can see that everywhere. And I think the people that we have invited at the Learning Planet, if you look at the Launchpad or the pioneers, etc., they are incredible examples. There are seeds of change everywhere on the planet, with people like Kiran or Guy Etienne or Ange Ansour and many others that are developing frameworks from 4 years old to university to actually engage people to reflect on what are the problems, feel what is it that is at stake, what is it that they can do on the local environment when they are very young, but then on a more and more on a bigger scale as you grow up, and then what is it that you can do, how you can engage with other people, how you can find a solution, how you can apply that, and how can you share. And this is, I think, a funnel which is a pattern which is really universal, and that's what science is doing. What is the problem? How do you frame it? How do you find a solution? And if it is proven, then how do you share that? So we need to have that collective problem-solving perspective to be developed at very young age, so that if a child learns how to do that at 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, it becomes a change in his mindset, so that when we have problems, how do we actually find solutions to tackle that problem? And so we need to go from a system which is essentially rehearsing what the others have been doing for 20 years, and then suddenly you jump in the world and you say, now it's your turn, invent something new, which wow, that's going to be difficult. I never learned how to do this. We need to go from that model, which is totally obsolete, to another one where we engage people from a very young age to feel what are the problems, find solutions, and share. And that would be a truly learning planet if we would all be invited to do so. So I'm going to be very quick and provide two. One is to move from GDP to well-being as an indicator. And it's not New Zealand is doing it. New Zealand has created a budget based on well-being. So if we shift the objective and the purpose of our society, we go a long way. At least we can start something interesting. The second is we need to move from education to learning. We are not here to provide the recipe and say, this is how you need to work, and this is the boxes, and this is a need you need to learn. And then we see, we are all born scientists. It's been shown by scientists, Alison Gopnik. And so we are all explorers, and we are all listening from nature. We are all learning from our mistakes, and we can all learn from one another. So know thyself, know the others, know the planet, take care of yourself, take care of oneself, take care of the others, take care of the planet. Everything there is related to the fact that it has to emerge, as you say, and this complexity of nature, the complexity of humanity, has to be embraced and cherished, nurtured, so that it can flourish. So everyone should be able to find its ikigai, and in that way, education is certainly not the right word or the right framework for that. And we need to help the teachers to go from I know and I teach you to you are a fantastic human being and I'm going to help you grow to your full potential. And that is a very different, but that can be learned and taught. So I think that would be my recommendation.